this guy was at the UFC with Trump. Or near
Honey,
Trump.
a new hardest photo of President Trump just dropped. It's President Trump glaring menacingly into a blood-soaked octagon at UFC with Kash Patel behind him, and we're in the background, right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we just returned from Miami watching UFC 314 with President Trump, and what seemed like half the administration and culture. Obviously, President Trump was flanked by Elon Musk, but also RFK, Ted Cruz, Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, Marco Rubio. It was like a cabinet meeting with a octagon blood sport in the middle of it, and it was freaking rowdy. Everybody had a spectacular time. It was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Why does always people on the right look way happier and way, you know, just happy with life?
So let me tell you how we got invited to this. Right here in the photo, Dana White. He is a friend of the show, a friend of the channel, a homie.
I love Dana White.
And he thought we'd like this one. So he invited us, and we were able to sit right here, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to sit right in the front row. This is my POV of Donald Trump walking into the arena. Now, I want to begin by just detailing what this was like.
All the time.
And I want to start with this. If you haven't experienced it, the TV can't do it justice. Donald Trump walking in to these arenas with 30,000 plus people, roaring, standing, every person standing, is electric. There's no louder noise. There's no more kinetic energy in all of sports than this moment. You can also find this energy at a MAGA rally, but at UFC, it is just amplified. Listen to this.
It is kind of badass.
In White, Florida, Cruz, also, Elon Musk, the phalanx there with the president. Obviously, the crowd went berserker mode, but something that you don't see is that whenever Donald Trump is featured on the screens inside of the arena, and he's featured often on them, here's what it sounds like.
Hey, let me tell you this. I've been watching UFC for a long fucking time, okay? I know when I've seen, like, that era's superstar, when they've been, like, that era's superstar fighter in the UFC being in the crowd and the camera goes to that superstar. That is the sound that I'm hearing for Trump. The UFC superstars usually get that, you know, ovation or applause or whatever. And he's not even a fighter in that sense.
Amazing moment to be a part of. It's
a fighter in another sense.
You can't quantify it. It's just electric. There's no other way to describe it. Here's Donald Trump on his way to UFC. We were waiting for him. Our seatmate was Aiden Ross last night. It's great. We're just massive fans of Aiden. There were also some absolute American heroes. Wyatt Hendrickson just won the NCAA heavyweight championship.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Big time future ahead for that guy. While I was recording a video backstage, Shaq came up and photobombed the video with this massive Superman necklace. Got it? So rowdy times had by all, but this, of course, was the official moment. Donald Trump walking in, and then Donald Trump going directly to Joe Rogan, having Joe Rogan nothing but love and respect here. Listen to this.
I'm so happy for you, Joe Rogan says.
Yeah. Joe Rogan, watch what he says here. Joe Rogan goes, I am so happy for you. Look at that. I am so happy for you, says Joe. Donald Trump has officially brought over to his side Joe Rogan and Bill Maher in like just a matter of months. What an incredible timeline we are living in. Little X here dancing, following President Trump's lead. Donald Trump, as soon as he got to his seat, hit the Trump dance. They played YMCA, and the president just let her rip. A total and complete classic move, and the crowd went berserker, as they do for the president. It's an awesome honor to be able to be in this section. I want to begin by just once again thanking the man, Dana White. You can see Donald Trump there pointing to Dana White, saying, "This is the man. This is the guy this is the guy who's in charge around here." Dana White takes care of people. Backstage, I wanted to show you this. There's a bunch of food, salads and steaks and all kinds of drinks and desserts and things that you can eat while you're enjoying the fights. It's an awesome thing to be there as a guest of Dana White. And, well, we certainly aren't the only people that deeply appreciate all of this. There were members of everything from biggest streamers in the world, like Aiden Ross, the Nelk Boys, to
looks like Dennis Rodman from behind.
NFL superstars walking up and saying thank you to President Trump and Dana White for their night. This is David Njoku, who is the tight end for the Cleveland Browns. Look at how excited this guy is to meet President Trump. Look at how happy he is to meet Donald Trump. This guy loves Trump. There you go. All right. They'll never show you. He's becoming this popular on CNN, now, too. Right? Know what they say?
Like
never
Trump.
Show you this on CNN. They'll never show you this on CNN. This is how, I mean, these seats were just incredible. Just being able to just pop open my cell phone and film moments like this. They hit different angles. They hit all these different angles. It's so cool. RFK Jr. was there. Speaking of somebody who might have caught me eating a cookie out of the catering.
And one thing that was good with RFK, I saw a video in the cabinet meeting with Trump a few days ago. He literally talked about how he's getting rid of fluoride and told Trump about it. And Trump was like, yeah, if it seems like there's a connection between fluoride and whatever, we'll have to take it away. I like that.
RFK Jr. did call me fat. I said that I loved that he's bringing back fat shaming. I asked him if he could fat shame me. RFK Jr. recently fat shamed a governor of West Virginia, and he obliged. So I've been fat shamed by RFK. It's motivating. Kash Patel was also there. Kash Patel, somebody who embodies the fighting spirit. This is why I love seeing the unified front from the cabinet. The Director of National Intelligence, the FBI Director, the Secretary of State, Secretary of Health and Human Services, all of them there, the head of Doge, the richest man in the world, all of them there, showing a united front and a fighting front, saying that this administration is fighting. Many of them have fought with their lives, like President Trump, barely surviving an assassin's bullet. And Kash Patel was one of the first people they tried to imprison after January 6th, the first witness called on the January 6th committee. So Kash Patel tells us, stay tuned. There is a lot coming out at the FBI and that everybody needs to be patient. All right, we believe him. He's in front of the show. We believe him. That's it. This is how close we were to Trump and Elon. Elon held little X in his arms the entire time that he was ringside. It's a beautiful thing to see. Speaking of ringside, every fighter, up and just gave nothing but love to President Trump. Just love. They were every fighter, whether they were American or otherwise, hopped up and just shouted out the president. Here's a great one in particular. The entire team goes running around the actual octagon, like around kids. The cage. Dominic Reyes, after his legendary KO.
Hey, let me say men, if you're a man, a real man, you will acknowledge when you see greatness in another man. Okay? Now, Trump might not be a real fighter physically, but he has something in him that is great, and that is being acknowledged by all these men. You know? That's why they're running out to him this way. They don't do this to Biden, do they? No? They don't give a fuck about Biden. Because he's not a real man either. He's not good, and he's not a real man. But they do give a fuck about Trump, as we can see.
Around the actual octagon, around the cage.
This is another man acknowledging some greatness in Trump. That's my take on this. They're all real, acknowledging the greatness in this man. And that's why you can see him shake his hand double-handedly. Do you know when a man shakes another man's hand double-handedly, that says a hell of a lot. You know, right?
Dominic Reyes, after his legendary KO, brought the whole team over to greet Trump. Look at this. So awesome.
Again, that guy too, double-handedly, and then he starts to say like "mi corazón," you know, like the Latino gangs tells whatever. Look at that guy, the third guy.
After his legendary KO, brought the whole team over to greet Trump. Look at this. So awesome.
You see, he's like,
Oh, look, they they get themselves a photo. There you go. That's a big selfie with Trump. How awesome is this? All right. And it's like, this is what dreams are made of, right? You win, and then boom. There you go. They love it. They're just dapping him up. And then Donald Trump, like leaning in. Donald Trump. Fight culture is what brought him and Dana White together. Donald Trump was one of the only men who allowed Dana White's UFC to compete in his casinos in Atlantic City. You're Donald Trump just peeking, making eye contact. Again, thank you, Dana White. What a freaking legend. It was like an actual living legend. It's a total honor for us. And we just want to say thank you.
And you know his relationship
with
his relationship with Dana White right here. He's known him for like over 20 years, something. The bald guy, Dana White, behind him. They have proven to each other true loyalty because none of them has screwed each other up. Dana hasn't backstabbed Trump and vice versa. Like, this is a fact. Like, they've always had each other's back. And that displays loyalty, like undeniably loyalty between these two men. You know what I mean? That tells you that both of these two men are really loyal people. You know what I mean? Like, if you're loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. If you backstab me, I will destroy you. You know? Like, if Dana would have backstabbed Trump, he would have turned it on Dana White like you've never seen. But since Dana White has been so loyal to him, he gives that back, you know? He's as real as you can be for his position. Fuck yeah.
It was an actual living legend. It's a total honor for us. We just want to say thank you.
This guy's all
the
mesmerized.
Night was capped off in the most epic possible way. Just one or two more things here. Here's again Dominic Reyes doing the golf swing, right? Everybody paying homage to Trump. That was what it looked like, just stacked there. You can see Rubio and Tulsi behind. But what again, yeah, Shaq was also giving Trump love. Look at that. Shaq saying,
you
what's
can't
up
fake
to Donald
that
Trump. That's right.
respect.
You just love to see it. And then something really special happened at the very end of the night. I didn't want to crowd the guy, right? So, you know, Trump was sitting right up there with the cards and right up there on the octagon. And so as he was walking out, I did shake his hand. And I just said, I'm praying for you, right? Trump said he appreciated that. And then Dana White comes by, as you can see here in video, and grabs me and says, let's go. He brings me backstage with Trump. So awesome. Let me tell you what I can report from backstage with Trump. I wasn't filming. I was, you know, in the moment, right? In the zone. Here, Dana comes along and just grabs me and goes, let's go, man. Come with me.
That's pretty cool.
Donald Trump is vibrant. It was 2 a.m. when this video was taken. It was 2 a.m. Donald Trump was vibrant. He was more awake, more with it, more alert, had more energy than the 20-year-old Secret Service agents that were flanking him. It was incredible. He was optimistic, he was cheerful, he was energetic, he was beaming about the future. He was really proud of how the Bill Maher interview went, meaning the dinner he hosted with Bill Maher that Maher then talked about how what a great dude Donald Trump is on his show this week to the entire world. It was neat to see. It was really neat to see inside the presidential bubble, see the nuclear football and everything. Man, it's awesome. This is just a quick photo of us chatting with Dana afterwards. Again, in the time frame, he's just one of the best. And here's a photo of President Trump in that tunnel. He is aging. He's clearly aging in reverse, right? Yeah. Donald Trump, man of the people. This is a final photo from us. This is who's there with me, and then Killer Klein.
Yeah, this guy looks so fucking happy. Let me see if I can find a little clip of him on the plane. Was it this one? Yeah, this was right after the UFC at 2 a.m. on the plane.
We have a special guest, I think. Which guy? It's like 2 in the morning. Like by 2 in the morning? In the morning. Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever witnessed that? First time, right? Those are seriously tough people.
Did you agree with the final verdict on the last fight?
I did. I 31.
Did
Volkanovski.
any of the fighters say anything to you?
Yeah, they all said. Every one of them came up at the end, and they were great. I mean, they're all warriors. You know, the modern day warriors.
What did you tell them, sir?
It's a good fight. I mean, the ones they all came up. Every one of them. You saw them, and very respectful of the office. But they're modern day warriors.
So this is a new thing he's been added to his thing, bringing the press on the Air Force One. I don't know what he's thinking about that, with that, but he's probably thinking, fuck it, let me take these press on board, and let me use them to amplify what I'm doing. Let's bring them on the fucking plane. I don't give a fuck, you know.
You know the fake news?
He's been doing this for weeks now.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you guys? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
We're just doing the news conference. You want to partake? She's a great athlete, actually, great golfer,
Yeah.
and great student, actually.
That's Don Jr.'s daughter.
On Monday, you're having a meeting with the president of El Salvador.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve there? Do you have any concerns about that prison? People have said
No.
it has human rights abuses.
No, I think he's doing a fantastic job, and he's taking care of a lot of problems that we have that we really wouldn't be able to take care of from a cost standpoint. And he's been amazing. We have some very bad
I
people
like
in
that
this
Salvadorian
that have
president.
never been allowed into our country. People that murder, drug dealers, some of the worst people on earth are in that prison. And he's able to do that.
What about human rights?
I don't see it. I don't see that. Go ahead. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Hi, what did you think of the fight? That was awesome. This is my second UFC fight, and I really enjoyed it.
And the crowd's reaction.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Where do you plan on watching
I didn't think
the?
you'd notice.
Where do you plan on watching the Masters
Brian would have
tomorrow?
noticed. What do you think of the reaction?
Oh, I think it's great.
Somewhat legendary.
It's legendary. It's always is.
It was great. It's a great honor to have that kind of ovation, really, because it says we're doing a good job.
You want Florida?
If we weren't doing a good job, we
They
get
would
the
be
opposite. I think we have to sit down now. We're going to land it.
Yeah.
He turned into that cozy uncle on Christmas night, like talking to a bunch of children. Sit down now.
I think we have to sit down now. We're going to land it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Nice meeting everyone.
Nice meeting you.
That guy is such a fucking boss. He's such a boss. There's just no way around it. The boss.